Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Janae, and in today's video, what if I just held my phone up like this to record instead of like teleprompter, because I don't feel like going upstairs. I don't know. So I decided to film downstairs. So the lighting may be a little bit different because I don't have my lighting stuff. I didn't feel like bringing that. So I know y'all didn't come to hear me babble or whatever in that sense. So let's get into the video. So hey guys, my name is Brittany Janae, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about Antoine Massey and just like the whole inmate situation in New Orleans. But if y'all haven't heard, 10 inmates apparently escaped from New Orleans jail or prison a couple of weeks ago. Girl, they didn't caught, at the time of me filming this video, 8 out of the 10 inmates. But I wanted to specifically discuss Antoine Massey because his story or his situation has kind of like started a narrative on social media because he's been posting online. Girl, he's been posting and running. Like he's been playing hide and seek with the Dango Orleans Parish Police Department. And his family has been speaking out too. I have a lot of feelings, well, not feelings, I have a lot of thoughts about this and a lot of opinions, probably unpopular opinions, but I don't really care.
So you've been gone? I've been gone for 14 summers, man. You hear me? But I ain't swum since 2003.
The ones that was let out of GC. What I want to talk about today as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd degree kidnapping, 2nd degree rape, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right, and I was on a regular domestic charge, right. So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse battery involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females, it's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false. And she even saying it, you know, she let her know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her, nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on, that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today.
I have a public announcement to make. And I swear I did not want to come on here on my platform with this, because I'm a private person and my family is private. But I'm the only one that can speak up right now, because I'm the matron of this family right now. My mama is too sick for this. My daddy too old for this. And my sister, she the last one y'all want to hear from right now. But this right here pertains to Antoine Massey. If you motherfuckers don't have no type of consideration for our family, bruh, I get it. I understand. I can't control social media. I cannot control what people do on here. And Lord, forgive me for cursing, because I'm not even that type of broad no more. I done buried her a long time ago. But right now, our family is going through. You niggas is opening up old wounds that we are trying to bury. We are trying to bury them. Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster. He is not a monster. Do y'all understand what the fuck going on here? If you don't, let me explain. Let me explain. Yes, Antoine, 30-something years old. He's the son of my big brother, Antoine Taylor. Yes, he is. Now, with that being said, is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that. Has Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes. But how did he get that way? Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him. But he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister. It affected his mama. It affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated from allegedly helping him. Allegedly helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. The oldest one ain't been right. Nettie the only one who got her fucking life together. That's because she was too young to remember. Too young. She was a baby when it happened. His own mama can't even reach out and try to help him because she just come home from doing a 14-year bid. And at the same time, if she was to be in touch with him, she can go back to jail. So I'm the only one left that can speak out for all of them. I'm going to need for y'all to fall back. I'm going to need for y'all to lay low on your fucking YouTube channels and all this here. You feel me? Now, ready. This go for you, and I hope you hear this. And anybody who know Ratty, wherever Ratty at, please give this message to him. I'm going to need you to fall back on your interviews, fall. Now, I don't know who this nigga is who you talking to on YouTube. Okay? He a little small YouTuber, but this ain't the story he going fucking viral on. He not going viral on this one right here, fall. Tell a nigga tune into the P. Diddy fucking case. Because this one right here ain't it. This one right here ain't it, because it's doing too much to my mama. It's doing too much to my daddy. My daddy's supposed to be going on the news right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I need for y'all to lift this family up in prayer. The Taylors, where y'all at, man? Do y'all want to relive this shit again? Y'all still ain't healed from my brother death. Y'all still ain't healed from his death. And y'all gonna watch this shit go down in national TV, bro. I'm trying not to get upset because I've been crying all day at work today and I had to flip tables in there. And I might be fired, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care right now. And anybody know me? No, I don't even curse like this. But I'm tired. I'm a woman of prayer. I prayed on it. I left it alone. But the jokes get to me. I'm not going to keep walking around people and they cracking jokes, making bets on who going to win, who going to be the last man standing. They going to get killed because there ain't nothing of them going out like a fight. That ain't nothing you want to put in the universe. Not for him. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But this not for him, y'all. Because trust me, he's scared right now. He's scared. He want to go home. Because he the type of nigga, he will make decisions and think afterwards. Because he not all there. Am I saying he don't know right from wrong? Yes, he know right from wrong. He grown. But the system raised him. He been in jail 14 years of his life. Come home, domestic violence, he back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing. But in his mind, it is. It's his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges. He was the one with the lesser charges. Forgive my anger. Forgive my disrespect. But I'm unapologetic right fucking now, and I don't care. I know I cannot control social media. I can't control the internet. I can't control none of this shit. But I'm gonna need for y'all to fall back with your jokes, bro. Because every time I watch a YouTube video, that shit bother me. That shit bother me. And Reddit, I'm telling you right here, right now, bro. Don't do that. If you love my brother like you claim you love my brother, bro, come on, man. Don't put my family business out there like that right now. We already mourning the fact that Harold just got murked. We still mourning that shit. I don't celebrate that. I don't celebrate that. Not at all. And I try to tell my family this the same thing. Yeah, the boy finally gone, but he served his time. He served his time. God is a forgiving God. He forgive everybody. And I try to get him to see that. And what is it going to do? It's not going to bring Antoine back. It's not going to bring Big Antoine back. So celebrating his death is not a victory to me. But that's me talking. And that is, then they got people talking about he the one broke out and went did that. They got people talking about something, he on a rape charge and all this stupid shit. No, he's not. It's all fucking lies. If y'all want to know the fucking truth, just reach out. But y'all are opening up all wounds because my brother kids was not the only kids in that house that night. His doggone fiance and her kids was in there too. These people done tried to commit suicide on several occasions behind this. These people is grown now, and that shit is still affecting them, man. Don't do this, bruh. I'm begging y'all. I'm pleading y'all. I'm calm down, but I'm asking y'all, if y'all want to support my family, lift us up in prayer and leave the fucking jokes behind, bruh. Leave the jokes behind. All the older cousins, y'all know who I'm talking to. Y'all got platforms. Stick up for him, bruh. Just like that dumb shit go viral. Let our words defending him go viral. He's not the monster that they painting him out to be. Weedy, where you at, man? Bebop, where you at? Edie, where you at, man? Tasha, where you at? Spoonie, where you at? Speak up for him, man. Save him, bro. Y'all don't want to repeat this. You niggas ain't recovered from Big Antoine. Come on, bro. Are y'all serious right now? I'm begging y'all. Use your platform. Use your platform, bruh. Explain to him why he the way he is. Explain to him that he wasn't dealt a good hand, bruh. Explain to these people, bruh, so they don't take this boy life trying to find him. Because y'all know that nigga crazy. You know he'll go out without a fight. Only in fear, not because he no true fucking soldier. Only because he's scared. He's scared. He's scared. I'm going to get off of here. I'm gonna get over here before my anxiety start kicking in. But I can't take this shit no more. I can't take it no more. And I ain't want to use my station. That's a fucking station about hell and growing hell. Not no goddamn Antoine. But that's my nephew, and I love him. And I'ma stay in that fucking phone. I'm just glad my baby wasn't with him when he did that shit, because my son locked the fuck up too. In the same jailhouse he was in, right on the next fucking tip. But you see, I'm a praying woman. And they never crossed paths when they was in there. Because if they did, he'd have been right out there with him. And my mama really won't lose her goddamn mind right now. And for those who don't know, my mama real sick. real sick right now. The only thing she could do is look at her phone and her tablet, looking at YouTube, and she stumbles across this type of shit, bro. I'm not about to let my mama live her last days with this. We can't control what these dudes do. We can't control what these kids do. We cannot. But what I'm asking y'all is respect my family, bro. Because y'all opening up old wounds right now. Y'all opening up shit that we've been trying to get buried and stay buried. But it's an everyday process. Everyday process. Yeah, he was in these streets, but he was still a good dude, though. My brother was still a good dude even while he was in these streets. He was a good man. He was a good father. Yes, he was. And anybody who know him know that. But the moral to the story is that lifestyle don't come with good endings. It don't come with happy endings. He was a product of his fucking environment. But that's neither said nor done. He gone now. He been gone 26 years. But the moral to the story is it still feel like yesterday. And we don't need to keep seeing his fucking face surfacing with all this fake ass, false ass information. Talking about Rabbit. That wasn't even fucking Rabbit. That was my cousin Neil on that picture, you stupid asses. But let me go, bruh. If y'all wanna help my nephew, y'all lift him up in prayer. Y'all lift him up in prayer and y'all ask God. No, you thank God that he get back safe. You thank God that he have his angels around him and gonna get him back to that cell safe. You thank God. And what another thing you need to do is pray that he don't kill himself when he get back in there. Because the thing is suicidal. But the moral to the story is this here. We ain't claiming none of that stuff. We ain't claiming none of it. I just want him to get back safely. I want him to get back safely. And all you YouTubers and your side badass people, fuck all y'all bitches.
Girl, I'm going to say this and I'm going to always say this. Most criminals have the gift of gag. How do I know? Because I experienced a lot of criminals earlier on in my career because I worked at the public defender's office in Louisiana. Okay, so I'm in Louisiana. I know how the criminal justice system is. It's designed a specific way, intentionally on purpose. Now, I'm going to say with him, he has the gift of gag. He's not taking accountability. He's saying that the DV victim dropped the charges. She did a drop form. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if a victim of a crime does not want to pursue the charges or drop the charges if they're ongoing. Because at that point, it's in the state's hands. If they feel like they have enough to charge and move forward with conviction, they are going to move forward with that conviction or that charge. I just want to say that right now. Look at Megan Thee Stallion, for example. She apparently lied to the police, did not want to press charges, did not want to pursue charges, but they took it upon themselves anyway in the state of California because that's their job. They don't represent the victim per se, they represent the state. They have to uphold the Constitution. That's their job. So regardless if whoever he, committed a crime of violence against wanted to drop the charges, it's out of her hands at that point. And it happens all the time. DV victims often want to drop the charges. It takes at least 7 times for a victim of DV to officially leave, and it's scary for them. Like when the state gets involved and all these other things, and they're being sweet talked by the other person because they're being manipulated. They oftentimes want to, and like I will say this again, let me finish my sentence. They will oftentimes want to drop the charges. And I will say this again, most criminals have the gift of gag, especially those who are, charged or convicted of a crime against a woman or a child. Okay, and they don't understand boundaries. And they will say whatever, do whatever to get what they want. Very manipulative. Right? So with this whole Antoine Massey thing and what's going on, him posting on social media, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying his story. In the sense of like him saying he didn't do it or now what's the other fishy part, and we probably get into this a little bit at the end of the video, is that how were they able to escape? Of course they had inside help. But like someone on TikTok, and if I can find a video, said something very interesting about how things in prison are made to so that people don't hurt themselves or not being able to escape. Things are very heavy and dense and hard to move.
Okay, as someone who has escaped from an institution before, Let me tell y'all why I don't believe any of the story we're being told about the incarcerated folks who dipped out in New Orleans, and why just the way that they're acting post escape doesn't make sense. So when I was 18 turning 19, I was in jail. I was facing my charges in Nebraska, but I had gone on a nasty piece of high-speed chase in Elk Point, South Dakota, about 2.5, 3 hours from Omaha. But it's a town, a population of 300 white folks' boots. The town was so small that like the one restaurant is the one who made the food for the jail. And long story short, I'll tell the longer story if y'all want to hear. The long story short was they had me in the drunk tank for my whole time there because they didn't know where to put me at. And after a certain time, baby, I was going to the edge of glory. I've always been a soap opera girl, so I knew, if you remember One Life to Live, honey, I was like, okay, dissociative identity disorder, girl, I need to give them a mental health crisis so I can get up out this facility. I can get to a mental health facility. I can escape from there. I gave them a full performance. They took me to the state facility. I was for a couple of days. They were really watching me. Then I got to the point where they trusted me and all those things, honey. I didn't have any shoes. I had snuck into an office and pretended to call the front desk being a judge. That was the first attempt that I made. And that didn't go through as planned. But there was a man who was delivering the Pepsi machine man who lived for me. And honey, he was sitting there talking one day, and I had to convince him to let me out the back door. And mind you, I'm escaping from the place. There was a federal work release building next door. Them niggas that was locked up told on me escaping. They captured me, but the beautiful thing was South Dakota got so tired of my ass because of that stunt that they hurried up and they dropped the charges there, sent me back to Nebraska. I got sent to Nebraska, did my time, blah, blah, blah. First of all, I've been in a cell. You're not getting through that tiny asshole. You're not pulling that steel, those are steel toilets. Those are still toilets for a purpose because they don't want you to have anything in there that you could pick up and you could unalive your roommate with, that you could tie yourself to and unalive yourself. That's not moving, and it's definitely not moving, and you not hearing anything. 2, those look like 2-man rooms. How did 11 people get in there in enough time to squeeze through? Did y'all look at that picture? All the piping is still in place. It wasn't a full empty piece. The girls need to go watch Shawshank Redemption, honey, because the data is not dataing. 2, maybe I'm on 3, but fuck it. 2, you're gonna do, even though you're in county jail, they're gonna do count. How did 11 guys get into that room to get out of there? Next, in prisons, once somebody knows, there's a hater in every housing unit. There's no way 11 dudes were escaping and somebody didn't tell their homeboy, which is likely the hater of the housing unit, and that person didn't snitch because they didn't get to go. The next one, colored pencils and pens and all that shit is expensive. So you mean to tell me these people did the construction to pull the toilet from the wall, these people did all of this, and then they did a mural around it talking about gotcha before they got there? You saw those pictures of those 11 men. Do they look like they write? Do they look like they write things? No, it does not give a scribe spirit, okay? Last but not least, maybe it's not even last but not least, if you're getting out quickly. There should be, why didn't y'all pull the toilet back? As a matter of fact, who is your homeboy who's doing life, who's gonna put the thing back in place? Did y'all make bodies in place? Was it an overnight count? If it was overnight count, again, how did y'all get in there? These are my scenarios. My friend Andrew asked me about this yesterday. My scenarios are, well, there's somebody helping them do it no matter what. 2, they didn't go through there and they rigged all that to give everyone a scene. New Orleans, even in the black places, those girls, listen, they're from my experience with that community, it's very much, these are our community problems. It's very, 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 what happens at home stays at home, tease, right? And so once it became big news, they had to tell a story, and that's the story they told. But It had to be somebody working in the kitchen. It had to be something. Did y'all take them on a pass? Was a door unlocked that y'all didn't plan to have unlocked? None of those men looked like strategists. And this brings me to what I think is my last point. If you went through all that to escape, there's no way. If you dug from the wall, if you planned all of this, you're not going to go home and get on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and be on there talking. The behavior of these men are the type of dudes that they got out, but it wasn't really any real effort to get out. So they don't have a comprehension of what they truly risked to get there. My hope is that those brothers, I hope they had like Buck Rogers numbers, because for me, even though I end up being sentenced to 8 to 16 years, which was a long time, I was looking at the full spectrum of my charges. And so I was just at 18, 50 some years, I was like, I'm gonna take that chance. Long as I don't hurt nobody, the worst they're gonna do is put an escape on my record. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all in there for driving, none of y'all, and if y'all were in there for charged with heinous crimes, you would not be in this type of housing unit to where that sort of escape would happen. Was this a work release facility? What is the full story, right? And y'all keep capturing them, and y'all not gonna have to, and they ain't putting up a fight to be captured. The one brother is sitting in the back. I have never seen the same way when you're arrested and you talk shit to police and this, that, and the third, and they rough you up. The same thing is when you escape. If systems of justice feel like you've embarrassed them, they're going to make you rue the day. I've seen the pictures of all these brothers when they were arrested. None of them have any bruises or anything. The one boy's in the back seat looking like a petulant child, like he's just been slightly reprimanded. Meaning somebody done told some people, if you tell us what's happening, hey, where are the families at? Where are the families saying where is the additional information? Everybody is being told, y'all shut y'all asses up. We'll move y'all to another institution. You don't need to know about this. I might take the time to go look at their Department of Corrections website or their county website to see if these guys are put back in the facility or if their charges have been updated. But no, they're out here getting out, going to the mall for the day, kikiing. You go through all that for an escape, baby. I'm in Mexico. I'm out of here. I'm pretending like I'm an undocumented person, baby. Deportment, like, if you're gonna do that, that's a level of stunt, because the repercussions would be so severe, it makes no sense how they're behaving. It makes no sense how they're behaving. And niggas don't collaborate like that when you locked up. 11 people escape at once. I've never seen numbers like this. I've never seen one person, maybe two, but I've never seen numbers like this. That's too many people who know too much for you to be running with them like that. That's the real. So those are my 2 cents.
So that person was trying to say was more of an inside job, and it's just like, if it's 10 people, how are y'all able to keep that secret inside, right? Because people talk, people chatter, and like, it's normally maybe 1 or 2 inmates who might plan to do an escape, but 10? And I think Antoine did say that, it wasn't his idea, girl. I don't know. But nevertheless, he still escaped, and it has to be draining to have to live like you're in the witness protection program. Like, you have to stay under the veils, like under the water, because you can't be seen, because you don't want to get caught, because it's going to be way worse when you go back, right? So his family has spoken out, and they have said a lot. They don't want people speaking on their situation, but it's just like, girl, if it's all on the news and he's making videos, people are gonna talk. Like, that's just what that is. So I want you to see, I think like 2 family members made a video. I'm gonna insert the clips in now. So y'all watched the clips that I put in. So what I want to say is that this is a family with generational curse. They have demons. It's unfortunate. As you heard, like, the whole family, like, has just, like, from the sister to the mom, apparently doing 14 years in prison, and didn't have the resources to rear him in the way that he should have been. And I understand that, because Louisiana lacks a lot of resources. Louisiana is very behind when it comes to being able to provide the services that are needed for children and for adults with disability. Yes, that is true. The education system is poor, but then there's a thing called accountability, right? And no one, seemingly the family, is trying to place the blame on everyone but themselves and on him. Because he's a grown man. I don't care what anyone says. He's committed a crime or a series of crimes, and y'all are not putting the blame on him. You're trying to put the blame on everyone but him. And that's where the problem lies. Accountability. You should always take accountability for something that you've done wrong so that you can understand the situation so that you can do better. If you don't take accountability and learn from the situation, how are you going to grow and do better? You're going to repeat the same mistakes. That's insanity. And y'all know what the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And it sucks, it hurts, and I get it. You're not used to all of this attention. You're not used to being on the internet. But it's given like, I'm not buying what y'all selling in the sense of like the lack of accountability. And that's where you lost it for me. You know, I get the, but I will say they have a right to defend him. His loved ones and people have a right, they have a right to be defended. And all calls do that, but it's just like, where's the accountability? And that's where y'all lost it for me. Like, I didn't hear from the clips that I put in and what I've seen, I didn't hear anyone was like, well, you know, we could have did this, we could have done that, you know, or he could have done this, he could have done that. No, and y'all are saying like he doesn't think things through. He just, you know, kind of irrational, like he just does it in the moment. That sounds like an excuse to me. People who lack boundaries as children, meaning like you don't have respect for your parents, you don't have respect for your teachers, you know, oftentimes those people will get in trouble with the law because they don't have boundaries. They don't respect authority. They don't respect, you know, so it's likely they're going to live a life of crime and end up in situations like this. And he still doesn't understand boundaries because you're breaking out of jail. You know, you're breaking out of prison. You know, and now you have to live this life of pressure and stress because you're on the run. And you're more than likely gonna get caught. A lot of conspiracy theory side of this is just like, this was a scheme that Todd set up in the sense of like Orleans Parish Police Department or the higher ups and the powers that be set this up to put in place of surveillance. And girl, I don't know. I'm not gonna get that deep into the wormhole or the rabbit hole, but there are conspiracy talk out there about the deeper meaning behind all this, like what is really happening. And hearing that most of the criminals were Geminis, and we're in Gemini season. Are we still? We're still in Gemini season because I'm a Gem. Just had a birthday. You know, so it's interesting to think about that, like if that is a thing. And from my understanding, most criminals or the crazier ones have been Geminis. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Antoine Massey, do you think criminals have the gift of gab? Do you think that, are you buying his story? Are you buying his family story? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.